All right, so we're continuing lesson 5, session 1. We're looking at number 2 here, but we're only looking at part C. So let's go ahead and annotate. We have this table, and we have triangle DEF, and then we have triangle DEF prime. We have the coordinates. We're trying to figure out the center of dilation is the origin. That means I can just multiply everything in the pre-image by the scale factor, and it will give me the coordinates for the image. I don't need the shape. I don't need to measure the sides. I just need to know what the coordinates are. And I can just multiply the coordinates by the scale factor. I don't need the side lengths. All right. What's the scale factor? So we need to first just make some observations. What's happening with our coordinates? Are they getting bigger or smaller? That is step 1. So I'm looking from x to x prime. 2 to 1, definitely smaller. 3 to 3/2, I don't know. It's a fraction. I don't want to deal with that. 6 to 3, getting smaller. 4 to 2, so x is getting smaller. X gets smaller. I don't know how much smaller right now. I'm just making big observations. Now let's look at y. 3 to 3/2, oh yeah, I already said I don't want to deal with that. 4 to 2, smaller. 8 to 4, y also gets smaller. Now we got to get details. How much smaller? 2 to 1, 1 is half of 2. 6 to 3, 3 is half of 6. 4 to 2, 2 is half of 4. So x gets smaller by half. Y, I don't know. 4 to 2, 2 is half of 4. 8 to 4, 4 is half of 8. So y gets smaller by half. It's half the size. Okay, so I'm guessing that this 3/2, I mean, if you take 3 and cut it in half, it's 3/2. So it should be half, but I don't even have to deal with that fraction right now. Let's move on. So I think my scale factor is 1/2. Okay, so let me go back to the pen, sorry. So the SF is 1/2. Okay, points, the x and y are both getting smaller. Now, we need to make sure that that works. And I need you to know that multiply by half is the same as divide by 2. So we're just going to divide everything in our pre-image by 2 to make sure it gives us this. Okay, so we're going to start with D. We have 2, 3. 2 divided by 2, 3 divided by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 3 divided by 2 stays 3/2. Works out. E. 6, 4 divided by 2, divided by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 4 divided by 2 is 2. That one works out. I have to come down here because I write so darn big. 4, 8 divided by 2 gives me 2, 4. They all worked out. That means my scale factor is indeed 1/2. How do I know? Because when I divided the coordinates of DEF by 2, I got the coordinates for D prime, E prime, F prime. So I know it works because when I multiplied each shape by half or divided each shape by 2, I got the new coordinates for the image. So I know it works because it gave me the points that I was supposed to have.